During February and March, the Dorchester-based Brown Box Theater Project will tour extensively with its second annual Boxer Shorts Evening of Short Plays. This year, Brown Box will collaborate with its sister company, Icaro Teatro of Mexico, to share the voices of 4 playwrights of Hispanic origin in some innovative bilingual programming. It's my pleasure to welcome the director of 3 of the 4 plays, Talia Curtin, and company actor Johnny Quinones. Bienvenidos. Let's almost...
Gracias.
Thank you.
All right. Yeah. Thank you. All right, let's start with you. Tell us, are some of the performances partly in English or partly in Spanish, or some in English, some in Spanish? What's it all about?
So our cast is fully bilingual. So we will be performing the entire play in English for some performances and in Spanish for other performances. So all of our performances, when we open on February 26th, our 7:30 p.m. performances will be entirely in English. And then we do have a fully Spanish performance on Saturday the 27th at 4 o'clock p.m.
Now, Johnny, you're in 2 of the 4 short plays.
That's right.
All right. You want to contrast your characters and those things?
Sure. So in both plays, and it might even be safe to say all of them kind of represent a purgatory-like world or environment. So in one called Tape, it's a very enclosed world where I play a character called Attendant, and there's a person who I am attending to, and I'm kind of, sentencing her to her eternal fate, and it's a punishment of sorts. I don't want to say too much, right. But contrasting that, what's interesting, I think, is that contrasting that in the last play in the cycle is called Bliss, which, contrary to that environment, is on a beach, and it has to do with past lives and what's to come. Where we're at.
Now, I know that you guys started Shakespeare on the beach. Are you going to come out of the ocean not in your Boston performance, but somewhere else, or am I ruining a surprise?
You might be ruining a surprise a little bit.
Okay.
It's an indoor show, but people should get excited for how we treat the beach. And really, the set as a whole is something that has been a really exciting opportunity to play with for this production. Because as we are touring to Mexico, we tour internationally, and that means that our whole set, our lighting design, our props, all need to fit in suitcases. Mm-hmm. So that's been a real sort of fun and exciting challenge for our set designer, Megan Canine, who is designing this full set out of sort of a fabric material and other things that we can easily find a way to fold up and put in a suitcase and take with us across the border.
Now, you've been with the company for a while, Johnny. Has it been exciting? And sometimes you do very contemporary plays. You have a free Shakespeare in the summer. Where does this sort of fit, this work with the Icaro Teatro?
Right. Well, what I love about Brown Box, and the one thing that's consistent throughout all of our productions is the mission, which is to bring theater to communities that have little or no access to it and make it free and affordable. So that's one thing that keeps me from coming back. Obviously, the Shakespeare tours are outside. The smaller shows we do during the springtime and wintertime are indoors. And so the one thing I haven't done yet is collaborate with Icaro. And that's something that has been done. And what's interesting about this production, as opposed to the past times that Brown Box has collaborated with Icaro, is that the other times that they've done it, they've taken actors to Mexico and devised something there. This is the first time we have a full-fledged production that's completed here in Boston, and we're taking it to Icaro, and I can't be more excited about it.
Now, we mentioned 2 of the plays, the ones that Johnny is in. What are the other 2 plays? Because this is all 4 short plays, right, that are just sort of thematic. They're by 4 different authors, right?
Absolutely. So they're all plays by playwrights of Latin American descent. And what's really great about structuring a performance in this way is that we really get to assemble it and make it ourselves. So we found these plays that have a through line in a way, but are also sort of unique entities. So the ones that Johnny was talking about, we have Tape by Jose Rivera, We have Capriccio by Nilo Cruz, and that is actually the play that our artistic director, Kyler Toston, will be directing. He's actually on a plane right now, headed to Mexico, and he's directing Miguel Septien, who is the artistic director of Icaro, in that, and they are having a week of intensive rehearsals, and then Miguel is flying back to us for Tech Week, and we're plugging him in at the last minute, and it's going to be a wild and exciting ride. After that, we have Springtime by Maria Rin-Fornés, and we have Bliss, which is one of the ones that Johnny's in, by Caridad Civic.
Now, you guys are obviously a young acting company. How is you get to travel? Well, here in Boston, you're down at Atlantic Wharf, but there's lots of schools and people when you go to the Delmarva Peninsula. What sort of audiences are you going to be facing in Mexico? Are they young people? Are they at schools? I mean, or do you not know what your audience is going to be?
So it's a little of both, actually. Icaro was founded sort of with the brown box model in mind. Miguel, who is one of our actors, actually performed in the first Free Summer Shakespeare that Brown Box did. And his mission was really to take a lot of the work that we do and what drives us in our work and apply that to theater in Querétaro. There is less of sort of a theater scene where he's from, and he is really dedicated to sort of professionalizing theater there and providing opportunities for emerging artists and similarly young people to do really professional quality work. And that's something that has excited us and caused us to continue to work with them. So we expect to have a younger audience. Miguel also works at the university there, so we expect to get a lot of students in. And then I'm sure we'll be surprised by a lot of the other people who come out to see this.
So you guys, do you have an educational component? I know that when you travel, most of your performances are in Maryland and Delaware and Virginia, where there's sometimes, at least for the Shakespeare ones, an educational component. Are the people down there going to be curious about these people from the Northeast, wherever that is, north of New York, wherever we are? So, do you know what I mean? Is there going to be, talkbacks or stuff like that?
We will have talkbacks after every performance, and we also have a few schools in Maryland that we work closely with. So we are working with them to sort of develop a curriculum that will best suit their students. It's really exciting for the schools to have a production like this that is bilingual, where they can talk to not only bilingual actors from Massachusetts, but also an entrepreneur and actor from Mexico. So we plan to work closely with them to sort of teach them about how all of these different things can come together to form a very unique theatrical experience.
All right, so we just have time for you guys to tell us about your website and where they can find out the schedule when you're going to be both in English and in Spanish here in Boston. So when is that now?
So our website is brownboxtheater.org. That's theater with an R-E.
Right.
.org.
The fancy way.
The fancy way, yes. And so they can go to that website, find all of the information, and tickets are available through a link on the website. It's very easy to find. And if anyone's looking for the Spanish performance, that's the 4 p.m. performance on February 27th.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll have you guys back, or someone back, for Cymbeline later on this year. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sounds good.
That's it for this edition of Neighborhood Network News. Chris Lovett and the rest of the gang will be back here on Monday night. We hope you'll join us then.